Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are in Iron Man mode with Faceplant, our level 6 Dominator, who just got teleportation, and we've got a new contact, the Clockwork A87952, who has two possible missions for us. So you know what we're going to do here. We're going to randomly choose, and we're going to roll a dice. 1 to 3 will be the first one, and 4 to 6 will be the second one. 1 to 3. So destroying a tech facility. And so we're going to teleport. I want to show you the bind. So it is /bind, and then whatever key you want. I use the T key for teleport. And then powexec_name executes a power of the name that follows a space, and then teleport, which is the official name of the power, right? And so that bind allows me to teleport. So now I can show you how we teleport up in the sky without falling down. You just keep hitting T. Now you got to watch out. This uses up a lot of endurance, and so one of the things you definitely want to do is put a single origin endurance reducer, maybe 2, on teleport if you're going to do a lot of traveling via teleport very quickly. You can see that our endurance bar is coming down. One of the things you want to try to do, as you're going, maybe, is early on, is get to a rooftop and sort of stop. Now we're pretty close, but you can stop, you can rest, you can just wait and let your endurance bar tick up. It's the constant teleport that is so draining on the endurance bar. Now we've got some blue pills, we can just take one and we're fine. This is going to actually be very useful in missions and teleport around things to switch the angle up of the attack. It's extremely useful in conjunction with Seeds of Confusion to get a good angle on an enemy. You just materialize with Seeds of Confusion already queued up and just boom, and you just get them all confused. You can do the same thing with the spores and put them all to sleep. It's super useful. I don't know if we're ever going to get to Seeds of Confusion. We have to live long enough to get there. But definitely it's a very cool way to attack groups of enemies. Right, so for example here, theoretically, and especially if you add stealth in, you could you could turn yourself invisible or stealthy. We could just teleport over here. I'm going to show you, and they won't even see me. Now, of course, it's risky. There might have been somebody here, right? But we could have teleported right here, and they didn't even see me. I don't even have to fight them if I don't want. Now I'm going to go fight them, but it just shows you kind of how that works. Yeah, you can stay back there, and I'll let this guy come up to me, and you can just be entangled over there. Now, one thing we got to watch out for is that this cone does not have a long range. Right, so I can't stay out of her. I can't stay out of her range forever, not without enhancing our power to have longer range and stuff like that. But you can see how we could keep one completely. Well, if we hit, we can keep one completely away from hurting us, and then the others, we reduced how much they were able to hurt us. And I'm just going to keep entangling her until she dies. Alright, so this guy can be held. And that's not good. We don't want to get... We do not want to get knocked down. And we don't want to be burned either. Of course I missed her. There we go. The other nice thing, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much right now, but the other really nice thing about being able to throw these holds out so early is if there's a particular type of enemy that is kicking your butt, like let's say a sapper, a Malta sapper, right? You just put a hold on them, and they can't do anything to you. And I need to sell all of these enhancements, don't I? How are we doing on salvage? We actually have an orange salvage already. Oh, that is going to be great. We can use that for funds. Because remember, we don't have any funds with this character. We can't trade anything down. And so we just have to kind of go with. You just have to kind of go with, you know, whatever we collect as we play the game. So it's super useful to be able to hit the auction house and get a little bit of funds. Look at that! I killed that guy without even even having to hit him. We missed. Let's go ahead and hit domination. Do a little bit more damage. If you miss on that hold, it hurts, right? Because then you're fighting the whole spawn. But it does recharge fast enough that you get it back pretty quickly. So anyway, as I was saying about the hold, if there's a particular type of mob you don't like a sapper or a raider engineer or somebody like that, you can target them with your instant hold, right? Your initial hold, and then basically keep them out of the battle just by stacking that hold. And then they're never going to sap you. They're never going to pull up a force bubble or generator or any of that. Are we going up the elevator? It looks like it. Gosh, I don't know if I remember going through elevators in one of these bases. I guess I have. It's pretty unusual. Oh boy. Alright, yellow minions. Alright, so we definitely want to grab that one while we still have domination going, and then we're going to mobilize this guy. And then we're going to back up. Oh wow, there are 4 of them. That's not good. And I don't have any AoE attacks yet. Fortunately, we're under domination, so our hold is going to last a little bit longer. We can rehold that guy and reimmobilize that guy. Don't have any way to self-heal this character. Keep forgetting how short the range on that cone is. Yeah, these burn patches are painful. There we go. Not too bad. So we have 2 mainframes to recover. We have to defeat the destroyer leader. This is really cool, like the way the computers are set up. This is a really nice set of textures. As with all the Praetorian stuff, they really did a super nice job on it. I guess we have to go around. Oh wow, another 4 yellows. Man, this is rough. Alright, let's try to up our damage, give ourselves a little bit of defense against 4 yellows. And then we're going to pull back and let these other guys come for us. So one thing you can do is you can stack the hold and the immobilize to do a little extra damage, because they are damage over time, and then that takes that one out, and then we can hold this one. Back up a little bit. Mobilize that guy. He's a crusher, which means he's going to want to do melee to us, so we'll try to let him not do that. Hold that guy. Right, so you can kind of alternate who is able to hit you. Again, try to immobilize the meleeer, Because he can still attack you at range, but he's not going to be as powerful at range as he is in melee. And the others are defeated, I think. Not too bad. And we're ready to dominate again. So next spawn. Right here, actually. Boom. By the way, dominating and then doing Seeds of Confusion is phenomenal. It is as good as it gets, because then they will be confused for a really long time. And they're just stuck attacking each other. It's great. The only negative is you do lose XP, because as I've mentioned before, the experience points get reduced. You only get credit for the damage you do, not for the damage they do. So it's important while they're confused to keep attacking them. They won't aggro to you. Hopefully I'll be able to show it. Don't know if we're going to live that long. We'll see. This is the Praetorian content, and it is scaled to be a little bit harder than the regular content. Players, I guess, at the time complained that the game was a little too easy if they were veterans, and so they made the Praetorian content a little bit harder. There are a bunch of ambushes on this side of the game. Pretty powerful ambushes, and then as you can see, there are not just spawns of yellow Khans, which you can certainly get with Vajalox and stuff, but there are spawns of 4 here, which is pretty non-standard. I mean, Vajalox, but they do it, I think, because they're stupid, and the designers figured, well, they're so dumb that, you know, like, you can survive it. Not necessarily true. Oh boy, this is not good. This is not good at all. We're getting knocked down. Not good. Let's put up our defense. Come on. Try to do a little extra damage. We might not survive this. Oh, I targeted the wrong person. I thought I hit Control Tab there. Alright, we better run. Immobilize. There we go. I'm going to kill this one. Alright, that one's dead. Hold that one. Whew. Think we're gonna make it. I think. We're lucky there's so much crap in this room to, like, hide behind. But one of the things you will see is you can hold them, but unless you catch them completely by surprise, like from behind, they will get a shot off at you in response to the hold, like as it takes effect. So you're always going to get blowback. And so I think, guys, we're going to have no choice but to hit the email at this point and see if we can find a heal. Because we have no self-heals. A large duel, that's it. Wow, we only have this one. That's all we got. We really need an AoE at this point. Even if it's just an AoE entangle and back away, you know? And missing is dangerous. Okay, we got that guy. Let's take the crusher. Let's stop the crusher. I hear a glowy. Just gonna keep holding the crusher so he can't come up to me. Let's get out of the burn. And that stops that. Okay. So there's one mainframe. We have to find one more and defeat the destroyer leader. I feel like we're going to need to go on to another level. Yep. Yeah, this may be the only mission we do. Now we're only at 15 minutes. It felt longer than that. Can't go through there. Okay. I was just curious if it like would hurt you if you tried to go through or something. Would it be hilarious if it like auto killed you and we face planted right there and that was the end of the character? Oops. There's the other mainframe. Right, now these guys are white cons, so they won't be as hard. Famous last words, right guys? Famous last words. So we're ready to dominate. This is good if the boss is in here. That'd be perfect. Dominating boss is always good. Looks like that may be the boss. Alright, well let's go ahead and dominate the lieutenant. And that's going to kick his butt. Which is what we want. I don't know if you can be knocked back when you're held like that. I think you can, but I'm not really sure. I don't mind if that guy throws rocks at me. I want to take the lieutenant out first. And now we'll take this guy. And there we go. There's a shredder. So let's go ahead while the domination is still up. There we go. So I guess that wasn't the boss. I thought it was the boss, since it's the only lieutenant we've found up to now in here. We do have the other glowy. There seems to be quite a bit more to this level, so we'll have to see where else the hallways lead. Yes, you can knock people back when they're held, okay. So she's not going anywhere because of the domination. There we go. Okay. So another group. And they listen to the same music that people listen to in Paragon City, I guess. You don't have any defenses with a character like this. There's no buffing, right? You can't self-buff. It's a very aggressive playstyle, but there's no defense. And other than like the spirit tree, which can do a very slow regen for you, there's no defense in these characters. The Thorny Assault is all attack powers, and this is all control other than or pets other than the spirit tree. Because we just had to defeat the leader, and I guess that's the leader. Okay, he's a boss, and we're not under domination, which is unfortunate. So we'll take a couple pills and go at him. I don't think he's got anybody with him. Try and entangle. If we can root him to the spot, that'd be good. Oh man, that's not good. Even stacking hasn't worked. Ah, we got him. Okay, that rooted him. That's good. Can we get the hold to work? Nope. Ugh, the knockback. Oh yeah, he's highly mez resistant. That's not good. Alright, let's use our last heal. And our last luck. And it's a really good thing we killed everybody else, because of running around in this room, we would have aggroed them. Get the hold to work. Alright, we rooted him just briefly. Yeah, so he's got very high mag mez defense. But we made it, guys. We managed to defeat him. And we're just a tiny bit. 39 experience points. Which is like 3 minions from level 7. So we will be getting there, I think, in this episode, because we should have one more mission to do, I think. Yeah, we're 20 minutes. Yeah, we should be able to do one more mission. So let's call the clockwork. And we have 2 more choices, resistance in the tunnels or ghoul in the tunnels. Ghouls in the tunnels. So let's do our interact, decide, roll dice. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Did it not work? Come on. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. 5, ghoul horde. So we're going to quell the ghoul hordes in Nova Praetoria. Alright, so, again, just using T, up into the sky. Come on. Why is it not letting me teleport up? Come on. There we go. And off we go. Now I'm going to aim for the rooftop of this building, again, because of the endurance drain. And then we'll just stop right here. Just let our endurance tick up 2 or 3 times. One more tick. And then we'll head over. And we should have plenty of endurance now to get all the way over there. You can go about, I think you can go about 900 yards when you first get teleport before you run out of endurance. Not sure where this is. Okay, it's over there. Some people do take like hover, and they just turn hover on so they don't fall. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm actually probably going to take teleport foe, like we had with our. I didn't get any inspirations. All right, we got to hope to get lucky here, like we did with our mastermind. We can get endurance. Alright, well, let's grab it in case we need it. And, now let's grab an accuracy damage in case we need it, since we're out of inspirations. We don't have any others. Okay. So, as I was going to say, with our mastermind, we used to teleport foe. It's super useful with this character, right? You just teleport the foe in and then hold. Right, so like this guy, you just teleport him up here, put him on a hold. It's awesome. Alright, so hack into the static, rescue the PPD enforcer, and defeat the alpha ghoul. Oh, there were guys on the other side. I was looking over here. And yeah, we gotta watch out. These guys are pretty tough at this level. And we definitely need to defeat a few of them first, in the hopes of getting some good inspirations. And one annoying thing about them is when they die, they heal their neighbors. It's sort of like the logic of the Nemesis. When they die, they buff their neighbors, except it's instead of a buff, it's a heal. And we've leveled up, so we can res if we die in here, thankfully. I'd like to pretend that that's why I didn't bother to get the extra inspirations, but it's not, guys. I just totally spaced. So we don't need to actually kill all these guys, but there's... Oh, yes, that's right. They jump down from above and surprise you. Oh, not good. Not good at all, and I don't have an AoE. Let's hit domination. And start trying to hold these guys. Just keep them away from me. Come on. Stay away from me. Can't back up too far because we're near the entrance. So there's not a lot of kiting I can do. Let's try to do a little more damage. We're lucky that they're almost as stupid as the Vajaloks. And domination was up, which is very helpful. I'm going to get rid of that endurance because I'd rather have a heal. We don't need this res because we have a self-res already. We have leveled up in this mission, so we can afford one faceplant. We might have to use it. It may not work, right? If they stay on top of you and you hit a res, they're just going to attack you, and you can die again anyway. So I have no idea which way to go here, so we're just going to wander around. Can we get past this guy? Is that going to aggro them? Nope, they aggroed. So, nothing we can do about that. Missed him, not good. I really want an AoE. I mean, we have a little bit of one, that we have the cone, but I want an AoE entangle so that I can like hit him and back up. And of course he just healed himself, or he just healed his companions. So one thing you want to do is, you know, hold the one guy and then pull the other guy away so that when he heals, right, that guy's not in his radius. Of course I missed. Of course I missed, because why would it let me show you what I'm trying to demonstrate? Alright, so that didn't get this guy in its radius, so he doesn't heal up. I mean, it doesn't heal him that much, and it's not that big of a deal. I know when I played my Stalker, I was like, I clocked that it was doing it, and I was like, yeah, whatever, and I didn't worry about it. But if you're trying to be super efficient with it, so we need to hack into the static, rescue the PPD Enforcer, and defeat the Alpha Ghoul. Oh, this is going to be tough. I feel like the Alpha Ghoul was absolutely going to be a boss, I think, but I feel like it might be an elite boss, and that could be brutal, although we do have our, you know, a pretty good tray of inspirations now. Right, just by letting nature take its course. You can be entangled. And you can be held. Yeah, they really come at you here. You can be entangled too. And you can be held. That's okay. Trying to keep them apart from each other so they don't heal each other too much. They did it the one time. Back there, he like healed 2 of them, which is sort of annoying. But if you can keep them apart, it's just one less blow in combat that you have to strike. Because they healed each other, you know. Alright, that takes care of him. I don't know if it took care of this side. I have no idea where we're going. I did see a dialogue box over here somewhere. Manslayer's a boss. Okay. And he's got a minion. I don't know if this is the guy we're going after or not. Let's fight these guys over here and try to build up domination for the boss. And domination is now available. So now we're going to hit domination, do accuracy damage, and go after this boss. It's a -1 boss, so that should help. You can entangle. And I'm going to dominate the boss again. This is what you want, right? The boss can't even do anything to me. I don't really care about the minion. It's 1 minion, I don't care. Especially at -1. But the boss needs to be held so that he doesn't beat me up. You could, so as you can see, if you can get the stun lock or the hold lock to go on a boss or something, or a lieutenant, you can completely avoid all damage, which is super nice. Oh, and there's the PPD officer. Okay, are you going to help me now? I have no idea where we're going here. I missed him. No, the PPD officer left. He's not helping me. Okay. Okay, so that heal's not a problem because he really wasn't hurt yet. And I'm not going to like worry too much about whether they're in the radius of the heal. It's just such a pain in the neck. And it's so hard to, even with a Dominator, it's hard to control. It's impossible with almost anybody else. Or controller, you know, but with almost anybody else it'd be impossible. Alright, so this is a dead end. Can't believe we're already 7th level with this character. It's doing quite well. So here looks like a way to go. Yep. Thought somebody was following me. I have to say these sewers are a lot cleaner and nicer than the ones in Paragon City. They're nowhere near as disgusting. So I guess all you need to do is have an evil dictator and you'll have clean sewers, maybe? And of course it's morning and very dark in the game and very bright outside my window. And even though the blinds are closed, as I've often mentioned, the ambient light in here is quite high. Can we teleport past these guys and just see what... Let's see if we can do it. Yeah. I haven't seen any way to hack into the static. I don't know, did we miss that upstairs? I guess we'll find out when we come to the Alpha Ghoul. Oh boy. Let's grab a heal. Oh, missed him, not good. Just stop chasing me. Kill that guy. Hold that guy. At least you can make it so that only like one of them or two of them at a time can hit you. So that's the danger in teleporting past a spawn, because then if you have to run around from the other spawn to try to avoid getting killed, you could run back into the spawn that you did not take care of in the first place. What? Is he still alive? Come on. How did he still live? And of course missing is always bad. Not going to waste domination on blue cons. And I still haven't sold all these enhancements. Gosh. We have any that we can use? Oh, the endurance reducers. We can up this to level 8. 6++. Okay. Now he's dominated. Where's his buddy? Usually, yep. Somebody usually drops from the ceiling. Once you know they do it, you're ready for it. But when I was first going through this with Tiger Strike, I didn't realize that they were going to do it. Like I didn't at first. I think like the whole first mission I did like this. Like, where are these guys coming from? I thought there was a bug. I didn't know what was going on. And then eventually I realized, oh, they're dropping. Like I didn't see the animation at first because again, it's dark, right? And if depending on the lighting in my room, I might not actually see that animation. Oh, there's the Alpha Ghoul, and we're under domination, so we're just going to attack him. So I was like, what the heck is happening? Why do these things keep appearing when I think there's only one? And it took me a while to clock it. And then after I realized what it was doing, it took me a while to actually account for it. Like I knew consciously that these guys could jump from the ceiling and add to the size of the spawn so that it would look like there were one or two guys, but there were actually three or four. But I still didn't really account for it. And it took me quite a while, I don't know, 3 or 4 missions before I started going, okay, I know what they're doing. This time I'm ready for it. So I'm kind of expecting them to do that. Alright, so we've taken out the Alpha Ghoul. All we got to do is find this thing, the bomb. So so 2 guys are gonna drop, right? It looks like he's by himself, but 2 guys are probably gonna drop from the ceiling as I get closer. Maybe not. Maybe he was the partner of the Alpha Ghoul. I don't know. But that's normally what happens, right? So 2 guys will probably drop from the ceiling with him. There's one. I don't know if he might have been there already. I don't know. But yeah, I kept failing to account for it. And so I would go attack one guy, and all of a sudden 2 more guys would show up. I'm like, where the heck are they coming from? And then when I knew where they were coming from, I still was failing to account for it many times. Right? Just because my normal MO of playing City of Heroes is to kind of figure out how many enemies there are in a spawn and deal with it. And when you don't see them, it can be very confusing, and you don't like. So much of what I do in this game is kind of reflexive rather than consciously thought about. Especially if I'm talking about something else, like if I'm talking about D&D or something, which is what I was doing with Tiger Strike. So this is just repeat missions, it looks like. Now the problem is, so Provost Marchand, he wants to give me this path of responsibility, but I don't want to go on the path of responsibility. Alright, introduced to a new contact. Warrant. Alright, so we will deal with Warrant in the next episode, but we will level up to end this episode. So let's target our beloved Praetor Duncan. The Ms. Liberty equivalent of this universe. And she will level us up as always. Alright, Dunk, give me another couple of slots. I'm not going to slot health and stamina right now. I feel like I'm going to hold those off until, like, we actually get to SOs, because they don't do you any good until you get SOs. And with my last 2 characters, we never even got above level 20. It was a waste of slots. I can use other powers with my DOs. So I'm going to add another slot to Strangler, another slot to Thorny Darts. So I do things a little differently with Dominator for whatever reason. At least for Plant Thorn in the past, what I've done is can we find a vendor? Really heavily slot certain highly useful powers. Entangle is cool, but Strangling is so much better because it's a full hold, and I definitely want to get accuracy and recharge and hold duration on that power. So normally the way I do it with SOs is 2, 2, and 2, double accuracy, double recharge, double hold duration, or something along those lines, and that makes it last a really long time and recharge very quickly. And now you can hold 2 guys out of the spawn, right? 1, and then a few seconds later, right, because the recharge on this thing is 8 seconds with two single origin, I think you can get it down to about 5 seconds. So you hold one, right, for what'll be like a 20-second duration. 5 seconds later, you hold another one. For 15 seconds, you've got two guys held. And then you kill the third guy in the spawn. And then by the time you do that, you can re-up the two entangles on the other two guys, and they never touch you. So I really like doing something along those lines with Strangler. But that doesn't happen until SOs, but that's the reason I heavily slot it. I think at level, depending on what we get at 8, at level 9, I'm probably going to add another slot to each of Thorny Darts and Strangler. Now, why not Fling Thorns? Fling Thorns is an AoE, which is great, but it's a shorter range, so sometimes I just can't use it if I don't want to run in. And so I feel like Thorny Darts is super, super useful. Next level, we're probably going to get Roots because it's an AoE, and I've wanted that, although Impale is super useful as well. It does pretty nice damage. We're going to want Aim for sure. We're going to probably skip Spore Burst and go straight for... We're definitely going to beeline Seeds of Confusion. The first chance it's offered, we're going to get it. It's an amazing power, and the second we get it, we're going to just do nothing but slot it. Even if it's just DOs, having 6 slots on it with like double accuracy, triple duration, double recharge or something on it, or single duration, triple recharge, just to get it to recharge quicker, because it's slow. Like it only recharges every like minute and a half, or 2 minutes or something. But if you can get it down where you can use it in almost every spawn if necessary, it's super helpful. So that's all in the future if we live. Right now we've only got to 7th level. I do want to do one other thing. We have an orange salvage, right? So let's see, what can we get for it? They're 12 bidding, 81 for sale, hundreds of thousands. So let's just put it up for, can we afford to put it up for 50,000? Yeah. And we'll see what we get. And, you know, hopefully it'll sell and we'll get 50, 60,000. It'll get us started, right? It's not a million right away, but it gets us started. All right, folks. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server, Iron Man mode.